Hi there, Working Homeschool Mom. This is Charlotte Jones from Charlotte Jones 24/7 and My Little Homeschool. And this is episode number 54 of the Strike a Balance podcast for Working Homeschool Moms. And today I'm going to be talking about homeschooling through the holidays. I'm going to be discussing reasons why you would want to homeschool through the holidays, and then some ideas that you can use in order to make it manageable, fun, and successful. Before we get to the episode, I would be ever so grateful if you could rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast. It helps the podcast to be heard by more working homeschool moms. And as you probably know by now, it is my passion to support other working homeschool moms. Thank you so much. Hello and welcome to the Strike a Balance podcast for working homeschool moms. This is Charlotte Jones. I'm a homeschool coach and homeschooling mom of twin boys. I know it can feel really overwhelming to keep all the balls in the air all the time. So each week I chat about tips and strategies for being a happy and thriving working homeschool mom that you can implement in your life too. I also speak to awesome and inspiring women who manage to juggle homeschooling and work successfully and find out what their secrets are. Be sure to check out my time audit and mindset challenge in the show notes and sign up to my newsletter for lots of cool freebies. And if you ever need to chat, please book in a session with me. I'm so excited for you to be here and I hope you'll get so much value out of this episode. So let's get started. Are you looking for a new math curriculum? Well, I'm thrilled to introduce our favorite math curriculum to you. CTCMath specializes in providing online video tutorials that take a multi-sensory approach to learning. Favorably reviewed in Cathy Duffy's 102 Top Picks and the old Schoolhouse crew review, the lessons are short and concise to help your children break down concepts and appreciate math in a whole new way. The lessons are taught the traditional way and not to a test. Each one of the video tutorials is taught by an internationally acclaimed teacher, Pat Murray, who is renowned for teaching math concepts in a simple, easy-to-understand way and in only a few minutes at a time. Using a multi-sensory approach means having the combination of effective graphics and animation synchronized with the voice of a friendly teacher together with a practical assessment. This three-pronged attack makes learning so much easier and more effective. Even students who struggled with math are getting fantastic results, and ones who were doing okay before are now doing brilliantly. Visit ctcmath.com today to start your free trial. CTC Maths is generously offering my listeners an amazing special. Go to www.ctcmath.com/MLH to get a half-price discount plus a bonus 6 months for free. That's ctcmath.com/MLH. Hi there, working homeschool mom. Thank you so much for spending some of your precious time with me today. Today's topic is homeschooling through the holidays. We all love holidays in this family. I mean, who doesn't? I suppose everybody loves holidays. But getting back to homeschooling after a break is almost impossible for us. And that's why we choose to homeschool through the holidays and year-round for that matter. If you prefer year-round homeschooling and want to continue over the holidays, then in this episode, you'll find some ways to do this. And I hope that they will help you to homeschool through the holidays with a smile. But before we get into some of the ideas, let's think about reasons why you would want to homeschool through the holidays. It's something that's entirely up to you and your family. Many homeschooling families prefer to take more traditional breaks, much like public schools, while others prefer to homeschool year-round. So we're year-round homeschoolers for a number of reasons. Our children do best with routine and consistency, especially in times of upheaval. They find holidays to be quite overwhelming, so they need to have some kind of routine and consistency. They cannot manage a lot of structured learning per day, so with year-round homeschooling, we can do a lot less each day. And we also like the flexibility that year-round homeschooling gives us. We can easily take a few days off without any issues. And as I said before, getting back to learning after a break is really hard work. It can take months and lots of resistance to get them learning again. So we therefore prefer to homeschool year-round. So if these are things that you need or struggle with, then maybe homeschooling year-round is a good option for you too. So let's look at some ways to make homeschooling during the holidays effective and manageable. So the first thing I would say is to keep it short, sweet, and flexible. It might be hard to homeschool through the holidays. Days get filled up with extra tasks and activities. There's a lot of excitement, or you might choose to travel, and it can be really tricky to keep to a routine. So what I like to do is to keep it really short and sweet. By reducing the number of structured homeschool hours, kids still feel like they're in learning mode. They don't lose that feeling, but they have more time for doing the fun stuff that happens during the season. So we have a number of core subjects that we prioritize. So we try to keep up with these, but also cut down on the time our kids need to be doing them. For example, let's say they would normally do 20 to 30 minutes doing their online math curriculum. During the holidays, they only have to do a maximum of 5 questions, as long as they do those questions. Well, we do 4 days a week, as long as they do those questions 4 days a week. During holidays, our kids can also choose when they want to do their homeschooling. They're really early risers, especially in summer. And usually they do their homeschooling first thing. But during the holidays, we can be much more flexible about when we actually homeschool. So we might even do the structured work in the late afternoon or in the evening. And this is the joy and the beauty of homeschooling. You can decide when you want to homeschool and what time suits you the best. Something else that really works for homeschooling through the holidays is to involve your kids in everything. The holidays have so many opportunities for learning. So even if the structured learning is reduced, natural and organic learning can increase. And this is especially the case if you include your kids in everything. Here are some ideas that you could use. So if you're traveling somewhere by car, you can ask them to navigate for you. And if you visit other cities, you can ask them to find out interesting information about those cities. Let your kids help you with food prep. The holidays usually mean lots of food, lots of cooking. So it's a great way to get them into the kitchen. And something else which is really great is that food is often so closely related to traditions and cultures. So there's so much learning that can happen here as well. You can teach your kids about budgeting and shopping. It's a wonderful opportunity to teach them about the value of money, or even better, to get them maybe to make gifts if they're into crafts, or to give back to the community as well. It's a great opportunity to teach them about charity and to allow them to help those in need. The holidays might also be a time when the whole family is together, and children can learn so much from being in the company of their older relatives, or even their parents for that matter. Something else that works really well is to homeschool through the holidays with books. We love to read holiday-themed books. It's such a fun way to get into the spirit of the time. And of course, they can learn some more when reading. Not to mention that it's a really easy way to engage them as well. You can easily create unit studies around a book. With just a little bit of planning, you can have loads of fun themed lessons. Planning a unit study is pretty easy and so much fun, and here are some ideas for what you can include. You can do an author study if it's more of a classic book, and this can easily involve history as well. It's fun to do a themed meal. There are loads of fun meal ideas on Pinterest. You can just search for that particular theme and you'll find lots of things to make. Books can also inspire lots of writing. Kids can create fan fiction, write a letter to a character, or invent a different ending. And the crafting possibilities are endless. Once again, you can search on Pinterest for themed tutorials. Lastly, if there's a movie adaptation of the book, you have another awesome activity to include. Or your kiddos could even write their own play or movie. How fun! My final thoughts on homeschooling through the holidays. If you're just starting out on your homeschooling journey, you might not be sure what you want to do during the holidays. As with anything homeschool related, there's a lot of trial and error at the beginning. You might decide to take the holidays off and find out it works great for you. Or you might find it really hard to get back into the swing of things afterwards. You might not take the time off and feel pressurized and burnt out. A successful homeschool means finding what works for you. And that's where I come in. I'm here to help you to find that way. You can always book in a session with me if you need some support. And finally, I would just like to say happy holidays to everyone. I really hope you enjoyed the episode. Drop me a DM on Instagram or post on the Working Homeschool Moms support group over on Facebook. And let me know what resonated the most with you. It would also be great if you could rate, review, and subscribe, or share the podcast with a working homeschool mom who might need it. It's my mission to support as many working homeschool moms as possible. Until next time, take care. Hi there, Working Homeschool Mom. This is Charlotte Jones from Charlotte Jones 24/7 and My Little Homeschool. And this is episode number 54 of the Strike a Balance podcast for Working Homeschool Moms. And today I'm going to be talking about